Okay, I'm just going to make a quick update because I'm super happy right now. Again, welcome to my TTC after miscarriage. And so right now I am pregnant again after my miscarriage in November, and I'm 4 weeks and 5 days. And I'm feeling so great right now because I'm just feeling a lot more positive, and I'm seeing a lot more I'm seeing a lot more positive, and I'll show you soon what I mean by that. So this is going to basically be what's it called? A line progression video, because I am an overpeer. I do love to pee on a stick. I'm obsessed with it, and I really think it's actually kind of healthy. It's just fun. It's fun to see the progression of it all. And I think peeing on sticks shouldn't be so like, oh, you're stupid. Maybe the expensive ones, because they are expensive. That's the last one I'll buy. But I have a million of the little ones, so even later on, I can still be checking it and just seeing how it's doing. So yeah, it's just a checker, you know. Okay, so today is January 26th, 2023. I am 4 weeks and 5 days, and I got my levels checked on Friday, January 20th. So it's been about 6 days. So usually with my last OB, who I didn't like, my last OB, but it is normal. What he did was standard, to come in 2 or 3 days later to make sure they're doubling. But since I had a miscarriage last month, the OB I saw after my miscarriage, my follow-up appointment from that, because I told her I don't want to go back to my other OB. So she saw me, and so she recommended, so on Friday, my levels, I'm all over the place. I'm just so excited. But anyway, I'll get there. I'm so sorry. So I went from 50 on Friday the 20th to 6 days later, not 3 because it's going to be high, but it's okay. It's 6 days later, 1,232, which is amazing. And it is measuring at 5 weeks. And so she was like, go ahead and call up and make an appointment. Unfortunately, I can't make my first appointment with her. I have to have a primary OB, like someone who's like my actual OB who can deliver my baby and all that stuff. And I feel like this whole pregnancy, this one, I'm really going with my gut, because the first OB I had, I did not like him from the get-go, but I messaged him and I was like, I felt very uncomfortable, and he's like, oh, like, I'm sorry about that. I can see you guys for free. So I was like, I guess that's nice, but I'm just going with my gut. I didn't meet the other two candidates of OBs. I just read their About Me pages. Watching my other OBs like about me, like liar, which makes me very cautious, because of course they're going to praise themselves and they're like, oh yeah, I like to listen to you guys and I like to be there for mother and baby. Like, okay, yeah, sure. For me, you weren't there. For me, maybe for other people he is, but for me, he was not. So I read the other two's bios, and I remember the OB filler that I have right now, the one who saw me after my miscarriage. She was like, oh, we can get you in with a woman if, he made you uncomfortable. I was like, it's not the fact that he's a man. It was not that. I have a urologist who's a male, who's amazing, who I wish could be my OB. It's not about that. So I really read their bios, and I actually went with the other male OB. So anyway, I picked my OB. And so I called, and sometimes they're really booked up. So they suggested I need to come in within the next 2 weeks, which is going to place me at 7 weeks. I'm not going to get emotional, but because my very first pregnancy I lost at 7 weeks, and then the second one I lost at 8 weeks. So seeing someone around that time, I think is going to make me feel very comfortable, make sure my levels are good, and make sure I see more on the ultrasound at 7 weeks. So that's making me super excited. But yeah, so I have an appointment in 2 weeks on, what day is it? February 9th. I forgot we're switching months. So yeah, February 9th, I will be yeah, seeing my OB appointment person. So yay. I'm just super excited. I feel a lot more positive. I guess we'll segue into the line progression now, because you now know the HCG was from 50 to, I guess I'll just say 1232, within 6 days, which is good. It's amazing. It's healthy and it's right on time. But the line progression is where the focus is, because I am seeing it be more positive. I'm definitely feeling it be more as well. I'm actually getting nausea this time. I'm actually getting a fatigue syndrome this time, like symptom, I should say, symptom this time. So those are just things that like I never really had last time. I never really got nauseous. I had a lot of saliva build up in my mouth, but I never got to the point of being nauseous. And this time, oh my God, like it's hitting me hard. But I am also feeling fatigue. So last time, I think I've always been a naturally tired person. So that's why like some of these pregnancy symptoms sometimes just go over my head, because I'm always tired. Again, I'm a dog groomer, so my job is very demanding. So as soon as I get home, I feel tired anyway. But I usually take like maybe a 20 or 30-minute nap, get up, do some stuff, and then hours later we'll go to bed. But no, it's like those are on my terms. I'm like, okay, I'm tired, so I go take a nap. These are like something's pulling me to go to bed or go to sleep. And I'm actually listening to my body. I think last time, if I did have any fatigue, I fought it with caffeine. So anytime I felt tired, I'm like, oh, I'm not allowed to be tired. I'm a dog groomer. Dog groomers don't get tired. So I just chug some sort of caffeine. Cut out caffeine, like I've told you guys a million times. And I've cut down on my workload at work. I allow myself to take breaks. I allow myself to sit down. And just the difference, not only in my mood, but from other people's perspective, family, friends, and coworkers. I've gotten it from everybody who I've told this time I'm pregnant. A lot of people have said I seem nicer, I seem happier, I seem at ease this time. And I really didn't think I was going to be. I really thought if I were to get pregnant again, I would be like a little bit worse than my last time, because that miscarriage was so soon that, oh my God, I'm going to have to worry this time. But it's like, I'm really not. I think from the last pregnancy I had, comparing it to my first when I was 17, I didn't remember anything about that one. I kept worrying, what does a miscarriage feel like? How do you know? What are signs? And when I started bleeding, like a lot of people online, I went online, of course, and a lot of women say they do bleed and have perfectly fine babies. And I know that's true for a lot of women. It was not true for me, however. So I now know, feelings of kind of like being pregnant. Like when I had that pulling feeling, I was like, that's very similar to when I was pregnant. But, whatever. But basically, if I start bleeding or anything, I'm going to go to a doctor, like go get figured out. And the sooner I know, the better. And the sooner I can prepare myself for that, if that ends up happening. But I don't know. All signs, let me show you these line progressions, because y'all, when you see them, you'll see why I feel a lot more stress-free this time. Okay. So that's going to be the line progression part. Hence line progression. So these are two line progressions of two different pregnancies. This was back in the October pregnancy, and this is my current pregnancy. So this one I lost on Thanksgiving Day, November 24th. This one's still going. I am 4 weeks and 5 days right now, so about to go into my 5th week. So I just wanted to do a little comparison. So first we'll start over here. That is blurry. Okay. First we'll start over here. So this first one right here, it doesn't say it, but it is 8 DPO. So if you look at it, if you're able to see, you'll see nothing. You won't see anything on 8 DPO. So I tested, and that's why I don't even have it written over here, 8 DPO, because there's literally nothing there. Now if we go next door here, we're able to focus a little. Now on this 8 DPO, if you focus, if you can see, I highly doubt you can. I highly doubt just because the camera can't pick it up. But in person, it was one of those that like, it looked like as if someone had folded the test strip. So it could have been a dent, or it could have been an indent line, or it could have been a very, very faint line. Turns out it is a very, very faint line. Now the reason I got excited this time so much seeing that is over here in October, I didn't get that very, very faint line. Again, you're not going to see anything on camera. But on days 9, on the 9th day, I did a 9 a.m. and a 9 p.m. On both, on camera, you'll probably see nothing. You may be able to see a little bit of a dent on the PM one right here. You might. The 9 a.m. was the very first test I ever saw that line where it's like, did I bend this one? Is it maybe just like a bent line? But the thing about these ones, they don't show indents. So it's either you see something or you don't. So that was on 9 DPO. So the reason I was excited this time, because that's on 8 DPO. So on this 9 DPO, that's when I was beginning to see that very faint line. And if you see here on 10 DPO, you can actually see a line, even on camera, it's picking up. But over here on its 10 DPO, again, there's 2 of them, 1 and 2. You really can't see anything even on camera. You really don't see anything on camera. Maybe at 11, possibly at 12. But on 12 DPO in November, that's when it's like, oh, okay, so I really knew I was pregnant then. No questions. But on here, so this is why I'm excited for this one, because already at 10 DPO, I can already see that is definitely a line. I am definitely pregnant already. So I was already getting excited. On 13 DPO and stuff, you can still see it. This one's a little messed up because I had to remove the tape a lot. I didn't do it on 11 DPO, but then 12 and 13 DPO, and honestly, even 14, these 3, 11, that's not 11, these 3, 12, 13, and 14 DPO, look so much already like this set, 16, 17, 18 DPO. And this is where I stopped testing here. I never got it. It kind of was equal to that, but not really. It really never got equal to the control line. And it never was a dye stealer. So with this, if you look, this is 16 DPO, 2 days before the end of this one. That one is so strong, and this is my current one. And I'm just so excited because these lines are looking beautiful. It's a beautiful progression. That one is equal to, I think this one's equal to, on 15 DPO, it is equal to, then on 16 DPO, just barely, by a little bit stealing of the control line. I think if I were to really go into 18 DPO, I'm going to have a dye stealer. And I've never had a dye stealer on the small one. Even when I was pregnant, because that's going into 5th week, and the 5th week is when it stopped growing. So even when I was still kind of testing, even to like 20 DPO or something, that's about as far as I ever got. It never grew even more. So seeing this as dark as it is, I am just so, I feel like this one is just so much stronger, so much happier, and I'm happier. And I'll tell you guys that in the sit down, but my levels increased a lot. And it feels like a lot because it wasn't technically 3 days. It was about almost a week. So, but still, they're just progressing and they're at 5 weeks on the HCG levels, and I'm just so happy. But yeah, I'll film the sit down part real quick. So those were my line progressions, and that's why I'm feeling a lot better. I've already had a dye stealer at freaking 15 DPO and still going at 16 DPO. So by the time I hit 18 DPO, like I think I'll have a dye stealer on the little sticks. So on too many tangents. Okay, I'm ending it with this one. Thank you guys for listening to me rant. I just really wanted to share a positive video, and if you can really see the difference in line progressions that I've shown you, things are looking so much more positive, more healthy. I'm feeling so much more positive mentally, physically, emotionally, just numberly. Everything is just pointing in the right direction. So I'm really hopeful and feeling really amazing. I feel on top of cloud nine right now. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will keep you guys updated. I may not do an every week one. This is just a big news one. So maybe I'll do one after my first checkup. So I don't know. And I may get a sonogram in between at 6 weeks at another place. I don't know, because I don't want to do too many sonograms. What do you guys think? All right, thanks. I'm going. Love you. Bye.